Yo, yo.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
Wait, hold up. It's still redirecting. All right, we're live.
we are
We're
live.
Awesome.
live from the burrows.
Live from here we are. Yeah.
I think people are asking in Discord what the link is. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Jonathan put it up. Awesome.
Just about to.
No, it's not that one. I'm gonna delete that.
Is it the link you just sent me, Leonie?
Yeah, that's right.
Bam. There we go.
Sweet. We'll just give it a little bit of time for people to filter in.
Yeah.
So
Who's excited though for the brains?
Oh, yeah.
God, yes.
high excitement. Very,
I'm
very high
pretty stoked.
excitement.
Where are
I'm-
they
yeah.
from home?
I'm
The
like
home.
looking at it and I'm like, if you just release this as, generative art, it would be
Yeah.
a dope project by itself.
Let alone with four PT characters in a game and doing a million other things in the future metaverse. Yeah.
I've heard this topic or this kind of concept being thrown around 4D NFTs. Does anyone know what the fuck a 4D NFT is?
I do not know. No.
Yeah,
I have heard
it's-
5Ds as well, actually. That's something I've heard. There's 5D ones. But it's I mean
reckon
yeah,
If
additional
if,
digital things is interesting.
if 5D NFTs exist, then ASM brains are definitely 6D NFTs.
100%. I've heard
How many
the 4D
Ds do we
NFT
keep
thing-
going?
Yeah, just down the rabbit hole. I've heard it used in the context of the NFTs that change and evolve over time.
So Fluff World was the 4D NFT before 4D
Fluff World
NFTs were
we're a
4D
thing.
NFTs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Then
the
ASMs
OGs.
definitely have to be 5D because they change and they're fucking intelligent. So
We're 5D. Yeah,
Yeah.
they change themselves.
yeah, you heard it right here. 5D NFTs hashtag.
Yeah, it's a new thing. Hashtag NFI, hashtag 5D.
They want 7D brains now.
Okay, we're on it. Like we're already there. You just don't know it.
It's,
This whole conversation is a distraction from our next master plan.
Yeah.
yeah. Glitchbox is 7D.
Yeah,
Can
definitely.
confirm.
Yeah.
Live and direct.
Cool. I reckon so. We've got some people listening in by the sounds of it. I reckon we'll do a little bit of intro on Phil. So
Yeah.
Phil is one of our co-founders, and someone that both me and Aaron have worked with for quite some time now on other projects, and also me, Carmen, and Phil worked together on a previous project too. So. He's been in the family for a while, and he came on
Nearly 5
board
years.
as a founder. 5 years, shit. Founder and our chief design officer for Alter State Machine. So I'll hand over to him to let you know what he's all about.
Yeah. Back in January, it was just you, me, Aaron, on a whiteboard, wasn't it, mate? Building on building on the original inspiration. Yeah, thanks, David. Hey, really good to meet everyone. I'm Phil Williams, as mentioned, Chief Design Officer at Alter State Machine. My background is this project is incredibly special to me, not just because the project itself is amazing, but because it really is a confluence of all of the things that I love to do with my life and my mind, my headspace. I'm a designer by training. I actually have a degree in industrial design, so three-dimensional products, cars, boats, furniture, whatever that might be. But early in my career, I took a digression into digital design and spent a lot of time in the web and interactive design space at big agencies and running my own agency. And that was all really cool and fun and obviously great space to be in, lots of learning opportunities. but you're primarily doing 2D stuff. It's kind of like more like digital publication kind of work. So there was always a limit to the sort of the juiciness that you could get out of a digital design career. And the second half of my career has been more in product direction, running product management at startups, and running teams of product managers at big companies, some publicly listed companies across all sorts of different verticals. And that really scratched the other half of my brain, which is interested in systems and processes. And and then of course, we envisaged on David's original concept, ASM. And what's so cool about this is it brings together that left brain, right brain stuff. And it's just been incredibly awesome to be in a space now where there is technical and creative innovation happening on both sides, and they're both pushing together at the same pace. And yeah, it's a hype every day. So that's the backstory. And today I have so much that I wanted to share with you, but I've been wrapped on the knuckles and told that I can't share about 2/3 of it. But even the stuff that I have to share is so awesome. So today I'm going to dive into a little bit about the background of the character creation process and actually how we went about that. And then I'll do a sneak peek on some arena stuff at the end as well. So I just share.
We got to save some alpha for after the drop.
I
know you guys are crunching stuff every fucking week, and you still will keep doing that. But like, let's not overload these people. There's already people shaking and dying on the floor.
The problem is there's too much alpha, Aaron. So we're actually struggling to get it all out before the launch. It's the opposite problem that most projects have. So I'm just going to share my whole screen.
Plus, we want to save some surprises for when people go to mint their or unbox their characters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, can everyone see my screen there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can somebody
Awesome.
post in the Discord that it's coming through, all right?
Was that a question for?
Just for our audience, if anybody's in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let us know in
Yeah,
Discord
it is.
if you can see everything.
Yep. So there's a lot of people in the chat. Everyone's saying
Okay.
hello and good morning,
Yeah.
and they're on a bit of a delay.
Cool.
But we should be good.
problems.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All
right.
So this is where it all began. We started, the question really when you're building a big universe of characters is, how do you build a big universe of characters? And the answer to that is you start by building a small universe of characters and then you expand it. So this little guy down in the middle here, player 1, he was our very first guy, and player 2. And the names of their names were actually placeholders in the first instance. We were planning to come back and name them later, but they stuck. And of course, it's perfect because they're our little soccer universe leaders. But we didn't want the universe of A for characters to be only about Artificial Intelligence Football Association. We actually wanted, this is the metaverse, right? They're going to go everywhere. They are doing all sorts of different things. They're alive. And we wanted to...
I mean, we already have like 3 games in the works outside of it that you guys don't know about yet.
So there's not... So there's, it's pointless for us. We could have made models that look like soccer players, but that wouldn't have been fun, and it wouldn't have been expressive, and it wouldn't have been colorful. It wouldn't have added or created a whole new universe of thinking. So you start with a few characters, and what we did know is that we wanted all the character parts to be interchangeable, and that, of course, these were going to be smart. They're going to be non-fungible intelligence, so they need to be alive and they need to be fully animated. And that's not without its challenges. So if you've got interoperable parts to characters and then you want to make them fully animated, obviously they all need to clip together, but the different parts are going to have different animation types. So we actually broke that down in the first instance into some animation principles, which were composition principles around having 3 leg types and 3 arm types, and they would really guide the animation. And that actually set us free from a creative standpoint, because then we thought less about, hey, is this character right, or does it fit in with XYZ, and more about, hey, how can we just create this really cool, diverse, interesting set of characters? And so we just started going wild with the briefs and making them really open. We would say, hey, this character is it's going to be space themed, and it's going to have regular legs and claw arms. Or, hey, this character is going to be kind of undersea themed, and it's going to have, pig legs, or it's going to float or hover, and come up with a few concepts based on that. So these were our first 10. And in here, we had the nugget of everything that we could then expand out into the rest of the universe. We had our rolling legs over here on Big Eye. We had our float dynamic on Love Ghost, which was one of my early favorite characters. So when Love Ghost popped out, we were all just like, wow, this is great. Yeah, we're really loving it. Yeah, the tentacle was first implemented on Green Ivy, which is might be a little bit surprising because you'd expect that was on Octopus, but it actually wasn't. We knew we wanted a tentacle vibe. We knew that it had to be 4 tentacles, but we wanted to do a plant-based character, and Green Ivy was what popped out of that process. So that was our first 10, and then we ended up with this huge universe. And I've actually deleted a lot of the boss characters and all the other characters off this sheet, but you've seen most of these, but there are some bosses here that you haven't seen yet. And
There's some alpha there.
Yeah, there's some alpha here, so have a look. We're going to be showing these, but we're literally running out of time to introduce them all individually. So I just want to focus in on a few of my favorites. Blob Beast, just love him. I think David said at one point, we can't continue the project unless we have a 3-eyed monster. So that was super fun. Winter Queen and Miss Meow. One of my favorite bosses is actually Cleopatra. We actually had another boss in this section, or in this sort of spot originally, but we weren't really happy with the way that she was working. So we went back to the drawing board and gave our character lead open brief, which we have most of the time with all of our artists. And he came back with this, and we were just floored. I absolutely love Cleopatra. So I'll take you down the rabbit hole of one of my other favorite characters. This is actually how we work between in the design team. Is we start with a really basic, really, really simple brief. So we'd say, hey, we want this new character based on an octopus. We've got this tentacle arm type, hover, float, slide, leg type, body type of your choice, eyes, head item, accessory. And then, that's it usually. We don't actually usually start with sketches because we want the artists themselves, and we've got so many great artists working with us, to have the first creative inspiration, and then we will mold it back into the set. And so this was what came back in the first instance. So you can see it's a little bit different because it's basically the rough sketch, but in 3D form. And that's really cool because that's exactly what we want. We want to take a step into the world. We want to start seeing it in physical form, which is better than the 2D sketches we typically do. And then we do a rearrangement process. So I'll take that and I'll say, hey, that detail that was by the eye, that actually would look really, really good as the topper. And then, oh, hey, that body, it's interesting, but we're not sure how that's going to work with other leg types or other arm types. So maybe we want to make it something that's a little bit simpler, in this case, an inverse egg. And then, of course, it needs some legs. So we got mini legs floating. This was an interesting one because, of course, every character has arms and every character has legs. So 4 of the octopus tentacles need to be arms and 4 of them need to be legs to work with the mechanic. And then, of course, what popped out the other end was what you know as Octopus now. And still one of my favorite characters. In fact, the Cthulhu boss Octopus, for those of you who are paying attention, is my avatar in Discord. Love this guy. And whoever gets minted him, I'm just going to be mashing the offer button on that one.
You might have some competition there. The
I know.
I know. Might be in there, it's bidding hard too.
It's strong. There's some special lore around this character as well too. So I will tell you more about that another time. Yeah, so that's really the character process. I could rave on literally for hours about these characters, and we've just had, it's impossible to explain how much fun we've had putting these together. A lot of our character art team are based around the globe, and we've got artists in Argentina, we've got artists in Thailand, we've got artists in Spain, and they all have their unique skills and styles. But what's been really exciting for me is, like, every morning I get up and I've got this delivery of amazingness that comes in from the other side of the world overnight, and the team can attest. Like, I'll be in the design channel at 6 a.m. going, "You've got to see this Zen master character. This is mind-blowing." So we had a lot of fun with that.
So, cool little treats to wake up to, definitely.
Yeah. It really gets your day started right. So look, I'm gonna wrap it there. I could rave on for many more hours about this, but instead I'd just like to finish by just showing you some real alpha here. You would have seen, we're so excited to show you the arenas because, of course, we've got the characters, and now, of course, we're starting into the world in which the AFA characters exist. And if you've been paying attention, you would have seen we did a little video of the Assimilated vs. Zombies playing, and that contains some of the new arena art. And here it is. This is the ancient arena. So yeah, super pumped with this one. It's one of, we've actually done 5 now, and at least 3 or 4 of those are going to be in the first release. This ancient arena is one that I particularly love, and that's why we wanted to use it for the first video.
We're not showing my favorite.
Yeah, but that's all you get to see today.
And these are actually NFTs as well. So
yeah.
As part of the AFA mechanics, arenas and stadiums perform a function of being able to host the games, but also they're an NFT in their own right, and will be connected to land mechanics within the AFA game.
Yeah, so that'll have a very unique role to play in the AFA ecosystem, and they are dope. We've had a team of arena artists already working on those, and actually some of the character artists, now that we've finished the main set, are working on our arenas too. So you're going to see more of those coming.
I really
get the game prototypes working with the artwork, because as a process of prototyping game, you just use placeholder assets, so little sticks or little cubes or just some random model that you had lying around. But once we start bringing in the arenas and some of the AFA All-Stars, that's going to be a massive day for me. I can't wait until we can get some demos of that out to the community. That's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, hey, I forgot to do one thing here, team. I'm just going to share my screen again because this is actually pretty important. Just hot off the presses. Of course, you all understand that the All-Stars that you've seen on our screen just there are the primes. They're actually the ones that make up all of the character set parts. But original All-Stars can be configured in up to 500 million ways. And these are just a few of the crazy, cool little characters that are popping out of the generator at the moment. Now, this is whip stuff, so there's still a few things to be tuned on these models, but you can see where this is headed. And they're like, look at this guy. How cool is he? Yeah.
No one anywhere is doing anything as fucking cool as this. I'm sorry. People are just going to go nuts configuring and minting their own NFTs. I really love the mechanics here.
And for me, this has just been a beautiful end to the process, because it wasn't until we had gone through with the technology team and got the pipeline working and seen these amazing characters coming out the other end, and amazing, unique, and cool based on all the parts. And our system, our design system from the top to the bottom had worked beautifully. So super excited to share all those with you. And again, I'm going to be coming after this one. so now you know what to target if you want to get some ETH off me.
That's really cool. Awesome. Well, thanks, Phil. That was really cool. Are we going to pop over to the Discord now? What's the deal, Carmen?
Yeah. Yes, we are. I'm sure everyone will have some questions about our awesome All-Star universe now. So if you guys want to pop on over to the ASM Live AMA in Discord, and you can come up on stage. Okay. Cool. Right. Thank you, Phil. Some serious alpha there. Damn.